Welcome to AI in Real Life, real talk with real experts, brought to you by the AI Institute for Societal Decision Making. I'm Katy, your host and an undergraduate at Carnegie Mellon University. Today, we're on site at the inaugural AI-SDM workshop for human AI teaming, exploring how artificial intelligence is shaping our world and the decisions we make every day. Today, we're joined by Dr. Nancy Cooke, a professor in human systems engineering at the Polytechnic School, one of the IRL Fulton Schools of Engineering at Arizona State University. Hi, Nancy. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. Could you tell me a little bit about your background and introduce your lines of research?
Yeah, for sure, Katy. Thank you for having me. I have a PhD in cognitive psychology, actually, from New Mexico State University, but I've always done applied cognitive psychology. And I started doing research in expertise and individual expertise. And around the time of the USS Vincennes incident, I got involved through Eduardo Salas in team cognition and team expertise. And that led to studies of human teams and then more recently human artificial intelligence and robot teams.
And from what I learned and your background, I know that your work covers a wide range of the human AI interaction. Could you start by explaining what are the terms like human robot teaming or like hybrid human AI system means in your research, and also provide an example of how these concepts are applied?
Yeah, so because I've studied teams for for most of my career, I take the word teaming pretty seriously, and I apply what we know about human teams to human AI or human robot teams, although it's not necessarily a good fit. And so I have spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to measure team performance in these kinds of hybrid teams, and what does it mean to be a good teammate on the part of AI.
See. And when you say it's kind of not fit, what do you actually mean by saying that?
So human AI teams may not, they're not the same as human teams. And so some of the things we know about human teams may not fit for human AI teams. So I think about, in fact, AI is more of a human-animal teaming model. So I've talked to a lot of military working dog experts and marine mammal experts, and these dolphins and dogs make really good teammates, but they're not at all like humans. So they don't speak in natural language, and they sometimes have different kinds of teamwork capacity. And so I think it might be helpful to think about AI and robots not as if you're interacting with a human or teaming with a human, but like you're teaming with an animal.
Got it. I see. That's an interesting example of it. And then how to envision AI assisting human in the scenarios like cyber and like intelligence analysis where the data are like massive but often ambiguous? Is there any risk of AI overstepping, that providing too much guidance to human and then potentially limiting like people's critical thinking abilities?
Oh, for sure. I think that's definitely possible. AI has different capabilities than humans, so we should take full advantage of that. Like, it can synthesize lots more data much more rapidly than we can. At the same time, it can be wrong, it can be biased, and so this is part of the research question, really. How do we do this in a way that's going to be accurate, that's going to be fair, that's going to be unbiased? And
Got it. And then I know that while many of the work focusing on AI decision making, your work has extended to the field of team cognition. And how does AI contribute to the teaming process, like shared situation awareness and adaptability? And are there any areas where current AI still falls short and like contributing to the overall team dynamics?
yes, so I've done a big DARPA project that terminated recently on imbuing artificial intelligence with social intelligence so that it could give a team advice. It's also what you would need to be a good teammate. That turned out to be a very challenging job. AI is more like an animal. So its social intelligence is different. A human social intelligence. It might be able to pay attention to all of our behavior and things that are going on in the world, but it doesn't have a good sense of our feelings, of our intent, of our attitudes, and so it makes it a very different kind of a teammate. And I think we should probably take full advantage of that. And I really think that the human AI teaming should take more of a centaur model. Centaur chess was where you take a pretty good chess player, human, and team it with a pretty good chess program. And together they went on to beat Kasparov, best grandmaster, and also the best chess program. So I think what I'm saying is that we should take the different complementary abilities of AI and team them in the right way with the abilities of a human and give the human superhuman capabilities.
That sounds exciting. And also, as you mentioned, like the human animal teaming as like a counterpart of like human AI teaming, is there any like difference in those two like different patterns? Or as you mentioned, there's similarity to them. What are the major difference between them?
I think that's a really good research question. So when I talk to animal experts, there's certain things that human animal teams do, such as not speaking to each other in natural language. To me, that suggests that maybe we should be speaking to AI, not in natural language, but in something else like signaling or brevity code.
Okay. That sounds exciting. And then, what societal challenges are the most pressing for the human AI collaboration? And how can like hybrid system be designed to like address this like societal challenges currently? And then, are there any like systematic barriers that need to be overcome for like the future broader implications?
I think there's a lot of societal challenges in human AI teaming or human AI for society. I think ideally you would want AI to provide well-being for society. And instead, I think we're in danger of doing exactly the opposite. And take social media, for example, which isn't really AI, but social media has kind of hurt society by creating teenagers who have lots of anxiety and depression. I think AI, when I've seen some warehouses, AI has also created jobs that people shouldn't really be doing. And AI is overseeing those jobs. So I think that we have to be careful that it shouldn't be replacing us, it should be complementing our abilities, not taking our jobs.
Yes, of course. Actually, this job replacement topic have been covered a lot in our previous episode. And then all the experts, they're mentioning that AI is like trying to improve our productivity instead of actually replacing us. So yeah. And then last question. What domain do you see human AI teaming making the most surprising impact in the next decades? And then could there be like unexpected areas where AI emerges as a critical partner? And how should we rethink the way we design the AI to fit into these cross-domain applications?
I think there's lots of areas in which AI could make a positive impact. I think one of them that I see coming is in medicine and personalized, customized medicine to treat people based on their genetic makeup. Also in transportation. I rode in a Waymo for the first time the other day, and that was quite the experience. But I think we have a lot of barriers to cross before we're completely there, and that is human drivers interacting with these driverless vehicles, and so we have. I think once we have completely connected highways and completely autonomous vehicles, we will be in good shape. But we have some work to do before we get there.
Got it. And I know that while there's a lot of excitement about AI's big impact in like various fields, are there any domains where you think the expectation might be overhyped, or where the impact won't be like as transformative as people anticipate?
I think there's been a lot of hype due to large language models, which I think are useful for some particular things, but because of the hallucinations, they're also they could get us into trouble. And I was on a study for a DARPA ISAC committee where we looked at the possibility that we will have loss of knowledge because we are ingesting, our large language models are ingesting information from the internet, some of which is wrong, and then producing information that's wrong to us, and an endless cycle of knowledge completely degrading. So that is a danger.
Definitely need to put in more effort and awareness about all that. Yeah. To our listeners, you can explore these topics further by visiting our website at www.cmu.edu/AI-SDM, where you can also submit questions for future guests. Don't forget to subscribe for more discussions on how AI shapes our society. Join us next time on AI in Real Life, Real Talk with Real Experts. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to having you with us again.